Hello, beautiful. Yes, you. Keep scrolling if you please, but I think the universe might have a message for you, which is this. So I wanted to elaborate a little bit on my last video. It was definitely like, I'm kind of feeding off of this energy right now that's happening in the world. And I'm transmuting and transforming it moment by moment. And it's a lot, along with the planets that are aligning. All of this is so, and this is my perspective on it as well. And I am not a religious person by any means. I did not grow up religiously. I will say, after my awakening in December of 2023, there was many biblical themes on my awakening. Like, it was kind of eerie. Like, I was like, wait a minute. I had just kind of gotten to the point where even the name Jesus brought up a lot for me, just because I grew up starting to get called a faggot in kindergarten. And then I saw on the TV constantly, God hates fags, coming from Christian people. So, of course, I had a lot of trauma around religion. And I had, in that Westboro Baptist Church and all that was happening when I was growing up, when I already felt so shut out. And the thing I needed was God, which lived within me, but I had no idea. So, know that that's my standpoint from a religious standpoint. Here's the thing that I see with that also. I'm not blaming those people. We've been conditioned to believe to look at God as this outside source, and to look at and worship Jesus. And what I realized after my awakening is that Jesus was really cool, and I believe he was an enlightened being, and he was just trying to tell people that he was a physical representation of, he's like, I am you, you are me. Like this, like I am a physical representation of your truth. And so these things started clicking for me at that time. And then since there was these biblical themes on my awakening, I became curious about it. And I looked at some different things that were taught and different things within the Bible and things like that. And let me just say this, for whatever reason, another thing came through about this. And this is not studying the Bible at all. I do not pretend to be any authority on any religion whatsoever. I have just tapped into this truth within me. It lives within all of us. We've just been blocked off from it. That's all. It is the truth of existence. It stems from unconditional love, lives within us. So, and it is like infinite creative power as well, which if you look at the way our system is set up, it's not set up for creatives. I believe that is for a reason. It is also set up where we call people who come into this world spiritually gifted crazy. We teach people to fear anything outside of this 3D realm that is dangerous. I believe many of the people that came with spiritual gifts are in mental hospitals, or they've taken themselves off this planet. From my perspective, that is a problem. But one of the things is, I mean, if you look in Revelations, okay, it's pretty wild, like how much it lines up with everything that's happening right now. And there's one part in it where it talks about, look for the 7 signs in the heavens. And we're in alignment with 6 planets. The 7 planets are in alignment. This is a very rare, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't pretend to know everything. But this is just an intuitive feeling that I got about this. Look for the 7 signs in heaven. And there's a lot of things too that I've heard about, because when I say that this power, the power of God, the universe, however you choose to see it, is working, when I say it's working through the darkest and most powerful people that are in leadership positions right now, and they're doing crazy and unthinkable things. What I mean by that is that power is running through them it is a process of waking us up, of shaking us to be like, okay, are we going to continue following these people? Or are we going to tap into our authentic power, do the healing that we need to do so we can raise our vibration and raise our level of consciousness, and we can come together as the people and create new things. So that's what I'm saying about that. And also just seeing that the seven signs, so the seven signs of heaven, that this, because it's not just happening in the United States, it's happening in so many other areas. And also, I just also feel called to point out, this is an intuitive feeling I've had for a long time. I've known that I was tied to, somehow, I still don't really understand it. I feel like it's going to make more sense at some point. But my understanding of it right now is just that I've lived on other planets. And I've known this for a very long time. I knew that there was something that, it's like I could remember I came here for a specific mission. And I knew that I had lived on other planets. And on those planets, we're connected in love. And we work together and we collaborate. So after going through the Earth realm many times, and then going and living on other planets and working in that way, even though I still had the veil of forgetting, my veil of forgetting was a bit thinner. And imagine how confusing it is if you've been on other planets for a long time and we're collaborating and those beings are so expansive and so evolved. So to then come back to this where everybody's fighting, and I had to try to conform to this society, and it was suffocating. It was, oh my gosh, it was just so challenging for me. And I was attacked from my first day in kindergarten, and I knew that this was coming. It was my intuition. I remember just crying before I got dropped off that first day, and it was hell. School was prison for me, and I can see where, this society has kept us imprisoned in a lot of ways, and a lot of us are waking up to that. And the prison is painted really pretty, but it's still a prison, okay? And it's a prison it's our minds, though, that we're imprisoned in because we've been conditioned to constantly be seeking for fulfillment, worth, all these things within the 3D realm, rather than finding it within, keeping us shut off from our personal power. And the stars, the aliens. Okay, so this is what I want to say on the aliens. Because this whole thing that I felt like was true and going to play out, it is playing out now because there's certain narratives out about the aliens. And I just want to be really clear. I know with everything in me, the only ones to fear, which they don't need to be feared either, because guess what? They've been in control of this whole thing for a long time. Those are the only ones to fear. The aliens, the extraterrestrials that are coming here, making themselves known to this planet right now, their only aim is to help humanity and to get the ones that their motive is power, false power, and control over the population. They want to get them out of those positions and get the technology that has been reverse engineered out of the hands of people that are, that are mentally ill. That's the way that I view it. They're not well. They're not well mentally. And honestly, I feel for them. That's the place I'm in today. I have compassion for them because we are one interconnected system. And we have created this system where when people get famous, or when people, it's like they reach and they search for that, and it is not fulfilling, but they've kept pieces of things in, like, those systems under control to make it look like something that we want. So we're constantly reaching for something that we're probably never going to get, and that is not in itself fulfilling, which is what, like, all the, it's like the devil or the darkness or whatever is just a complete out, because then it's like we've forgotten our power, and then they're there and we're thinking that that's something that we want, and they're like up there kind of, confused or just trying to play this role of like being more important and powerful. And it is unnatural. It does not feel like, because that it goes against our nature. And I really feel like if my goal is just to pull the power from them so that they come to be our equals. And if you look at like, I don't know, I mean, and this is something that I've been thinking ever since my awakening in 2023 is like, money hoarding should be considered a mental illness, because just like with anything else that we hoard, I mean, but since it's the thing that we place the most value on in this society is money, it's like that's what everyone's aspiring to. Look at the way these people are acting. And I'm not saying money makes anyone bad, because it doesn't. Money in itself, money is not the root of all evil. It can be, but it's our relationship to it. It is our worship of it. It is our worship of money. It is our worship of the mind that is really getting us in trouble from my perspective. And we're like aspiring and looking up to these people, and like they are not able to have pure intent right now, because that is the main focus, and dominance and power. And this is the end of it. So it's really loud right now. And I'm just inviting you to bring yourself back and don't give your power away to all the things that are happening. For me, I don't feed my mind with the news. Every now and then I check in to see kind of what's going on, but I'm just like, okay, yep, figured. And know that, yes, there might be things put out that spins a narrative to look at the aliens as trying to attack us, to look at the aliens as trying to come in and change time. Because time is changing. I saw that the other day. One of the most respected, scientific communities came out and said that yes, these entities are coming in these portals. We confirm that. They're here. They're trying to change time. Time is speeding. Things on the planet are changing. Please don't buy into the fear-based narratives, okay? They are fear-based narratives. And it's what we focus on. What I know with everything in me is they are here to help. The only ones to fear, if we were going to fear anyone, are already in the, and I know they've said this before, but they're in the positions of power already. So nothing has changed. Nothing's changed. They're still there. And the only thing that these entities are doing, their only aim is to help us, to help release us from these prisons this mental prison that we've been in, and this prison that we've been stuck in, just kind of chasing things in this 3D world. So please know that their intentions are pure. Just literally being in the presence of them, of their ships, of all that. And you can see experiences of people that it's like, it's a religious, spiritual experience just to be in the presence of an energy that expansive, a love that expansive. So, and if anything happens with any sort of fight, it is just them defending themselves against them. But I feel that even with the military and stuff, because so many people are fed, they don't even know why they're doing what they're doing. They're just following orders. So this is why it's so important to find the freedom within during this time. Find the freedom within. Do the work to heal, so that we're not coming from a broken place when things do crash and we need to rebuild something new, so that we're in a place where we can not come from a wounded place and come together. So we can drop the games of left, right, blue, red, gay, straight, trans, all of that. We can drop all of that and see that we are all human beings. That's the point that we're at right now. Like that we, at certain points in evolution, those things worked. We're not there anymore. It's time to transcend those things and come together as the people and know that this is a time of great deception. Please remember that. And Keep coming back into this moment. What's happening right now, right here in front of me.